Hey guys, welcome to It's Just Complicated. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about how it's just complicated to self-care. Last week, we had Missy on, and she talked to us about therapy and her experiences with therapy herself, as well as we talked about our experiences with therapy, me not being part of the therapy world since I don't yet. But yeah, we had our conversation around therapy. And so this week we want to kind of stay in a similar realm of mental health. And we wanted to talk about self-care and how it supports us and how it helps us and how us four, have self-care in our lives. But before we do, there's been a lot going on with holiday season and just life in general. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in, see how you guys are doing, how you're feeling. And yeah, so how have you guys been?
Who wants to start? Anybody?
I think today is the first day that I am actually thinking straight after the holidays. It's hectic. For me, I don't know about you guys, but holidays for me is really stressful because I get 100 places to go to, which although everybody's probably like, oh, it's nice to have family, but having to go to different places, take the kids to different places, gifts for different people, it's a lot. It's stressful. You want to make sure everybody loves the gifts that you get them because you want to be thoughtful. You want to make sure you make it to every party because you
want to see family.
Yeah, you want to see family. And then it's just a lot. So last night when I went to bed, I was like, yes, it's over. Thank God.
Until next year.
Well, there's New Year's. Yeah. Anyone? I'll go last since I got to keep talking anyways.
Yeah, so mental health today, great. Yes, thank God Christmas is over. There's
God.
Yeah, no, seriously. There's a lot of pressure that happens in Christmas that I'm not about. If you ask me this, actually all of December has been pretty stressful because of the come up to Christmas. But yeah, I'm cool now. It's just even the after effect of Christmas, even the oh my God, we have a huge family, so we have to get 100 gifts for kids. And I'm on a current financial journey of which the girls call me cheap all the time, and it is what it is. So it's I bought gifts, PJs and sweat outfits and things like that. And then, Emily gets some great gifts like Vans. And it's oh my God. It's just this after effect of oh my God, that's I want to match that. And I could, yeah, whatever. So that's all really stressful, but I am happy it's over. And yeah, I'm glad to have family. That was really nice to just be with family. That's the only way that I actually probably see my family. It's at holidays. I think other than that, it's you're so busy with everyday life that you don't make time for people. So yeah, mental health right now is.
We could change that in 2023.
We can change that in 2023, but it takes a lot of effort. We should talk about our goals, by the way, at maybe next week's episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Organization is key too to make that happen.
Oh wait, I do want to say something too, because I actually tried to prepare for Christmas this year, and that was also stressful. So it's all very stressful because I prepared, I was wrote a list down. I actually talked about it in one of the episodes. It's gonna be
stressful regardless.
And I still miss people, and I'm oh, this sucks. So, anyways, yeah. How about you, Jackie? How you feeling?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry. Sunglasses in the studio and all.
I think I just want to say that people, you feel the pressure of matching presents. I used to feel like that, but I'm the one who does the expensive presents now. So.
Right. So how do you feel when you're not matched?
I don't know.
Damn.
I don't care. I think it's thoughtfulness that counts. I think that the fact that somebody went out their way to even get you a present.
Jackie got me sneakers that I wanted for 3 years.
It was on her bucket list. I mean, we talked about
Jesus, Jackie.
the financial journey, which I aspire to. Not happening though, but I aspire.
Maybe one day. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it about me.
No, it's just I think you don't have to match it. Nobody's obligating nobody to give you your kid Vans or it is what it is. And it is what it is. Who cares?
Yeah, I think as long as it's thoughtful.
The kids don't even feel it. They just love ripping shit open, and like if it could be like a dollar store present. They're like, hey,
Yeah,
yay.
Mel's actually wearing one of the outfits you gave her today.
Yeah.
Pull it out the box and just,
Put it on.
No,
Put it
I
on
think
her.
it
Sounds like
it was one of those mornings.
We actually we have a tradition though. That's pretty nice. I know you guys are like, thank God it's over. I feel like this year in particular, I did not feel as overwhelmed. I bought all of my gifts by like Thanksgiving, and then whatever else was like I took Black Friday and I just did it all at once.
That's nice. That's
And then
smart.
I gradually whoever I forgot or like, so I didn't really forget anybody. So if I left you out, I purposely did.
Oh man.
I'm just,
Don't admit it.
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
No.
listen. She
I-
did. She didn't.
We usually do the kids. I do the girls because it's my best friends.
I think as the years go by, it's getting harder too because we're all adults.
It
we
is.
all have good jobs where we can afford to get ourselves the things that we want. So throughout for me, Christmas is hard to figure out what to give people
Yes.
because they already have everything that they want, right?
I
And I
agree.
can't afford the big things that they really want. Like I can't give you a car, I can't give you a house. I
Yeah.
can't.
No, but that's actually a great point because this year, there's what, you know, we all want things all the time. The sneakers Jackie got me, I've wanted that forever. So what I did this year, and I did this for Emily too, things that we wanted but we didn't really need. So the lunchbox you got her,
Yeah.
I was asking you guys about this like 4 months ago, and I could have bought it, but I already had bought her lunchboxes. She had lunchboxes. We wanted that. We didn't need it. So we added it all to an Amazon wish list. Like I have mine and she has mine. And no,
She has one.
she has one. Whoa. And it worked out beautifully because this Christmas, everyone
everything you
used the
Quote,
wish
unquote,
list.
needed.
We were lit. She was like, my headphones. I have my water bottle for school. I have my lunchbox for school.
She was so
I was like,
excited.
I love it.
Yeah, she was excited.
Oh yeah. By the way, listeners, tip Amazon wish list
The best.
Yeah.
is the best.
You're welcome.
It makes everyone's life so much easier, and you actually get the things that you need.
That people
or
want too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
So Michelle,
How was your mental health, sweetie?
Great. Perfect as always. Oh, I think it's fine. I mean, crashing and burning.
crashing and burning.
No. I'm serious. I think I'm doing really well. Yes, holiday season is chaotic, but I tend to not stress it. I have a small circle, so that's helpful. Yeah, I feel very like mellow, and I think I'm getting a lot more sleep because now we're on break, so that helps me to just kind of recuperate. And my kids are a little older too, so that helps.
Yeah, it helps.
But I tend to, and I make sure I don't stress myself over anything. So I'm doing well.
I mean, we're blessed, guys. I think we don't have anything to complain about. Like, this year was pretty. Everybody's healthy. Baby Jesus, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Jesus.
birthday.
And yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So I think we're thriving.
I have been in control. Fernanda, and I don't know if it's like you guys bothering me so much about it. I have, after last week's episode, Missy, I love Missy. Missy, thank you. I've been in a lot. I think the most control I've been of my emotions, like this week, like even with a 2-year-old who threw tantrums all week long, wanting to open the presents. I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to throw this Christmas tree out. But yeah,
The whole thing out.
And then you have mine that doesn't care about opening any gifts.
yeah, I don't know. I think 2023, guys, is going to be, I don't give a fuck what you guys throw us. Throw us another COVID, more flu. Throw us whatever.
No.
Don't
listen to her.
Yeah. No. We're okay right now. We're good.
Oh, God.
I will say,
I'm just saying, I think we'll be fine.
I didn't get Jackie prepped a whole party by herself this weekend because she had the Christmas party for her husband's family. I didn't get one text from either of them saying that like Jackie threw a fit, that Jackie was overwhelmed, that Jackie wasn't on time. And then I got there at like 11:30 because we stopped by, and she was actually glowing and happy.
You know what that's called?
Growing up.
Growth. Dun, dun, dun.
I would say it's just good sex, but
Oh, okay. Go there, honey.
on another episode.
Oh, and Michelle got her a nice gift for Christmas, so maybe she's been.
Yeah, if you guys saw on our Instagram,
Oh my God.
Michelle got her a little.
a massager.
A little.
Anyways, okay, let's continue.
I am
Man.
blushing. You can't see, but I am.
Can't wait for that episode, huh?
I am very excited for a sex episode.
Oh.
I am.
My gosh.
Anyway,
So,
Hmm.
You're the one that gave the gift, Michelle.
acting like she don't.
kidding.
Okay.
she knew what she was doing.
All right. So now that we've done our mental health check-in, I have another question for you guys. So our topic today is, it's just complicated to self-care. So my question to you guys is, what is self-care to you?
Who wants to go first?
Self-care.
This
I'm
is why
just gonna
Donnie
start
goes first.
naming because
Okay, that's fine. That's fine too.
Do you,
We'll
girl?
we'll go youngest to oldest now.
Oh,
That's you, girl. Jackie. We gotta remember the names because people are just listening.
I know. Here. What is self-care for you? I think.
Like, now,
What
is it
do
to
I
you
do
in your life?
Yeah, I think it goes more than just physically. I think obviously we're talking mentally. What I do physically for self-care, I think I've mentioned this before. Like I do like my skincare routine. I don't know. I feel like I try as much as I can to take care of my body, like my hair. Like I've been trying to eat better. I'm actually like, because I'm going to Brazil, I need to lose a few pounds, but
There's a reason for it. Not because of my body, but you know.
Yeah,
I gotta look cute.
no, I've been trying to eat healthier. I've been actually eating salad, like spinach, like lettuce. Yeah, I never did that before.
I can't wait for a health.
Yeah, like whole wheat bread wrap. I'm like, ugh, I got this. But yeah, and then I think that like I buy a lot of shoes. Like I think I said this before. I like buying shoes. I like feeling good. That's what I do. Like for myself, like I like making sure that I'm good. I also like make sure you guys look good.
Jackie's self-care is just spending money.
Yeah.
External.
And then mentally, like definitely like therapy and like like I said, I've been reading too. Like I don't like books, but if it's a book that I'm interested in, that like I'm curious, then I go through with it. But the mental aspect of it is also just
Growing your knowledge.
taking a step back to like this week. I've taken so many step backs. Like, okay, don't spaz. Breathe,
That's
you
called
got this.
awareness.
No, it was so crazy. And then like my husband, like Danny's usually like even with the baby, he's calmer. He was stressing out on Christmas, and I was like, all right, sweetie, I got this. Step aside. Like, go do your thing. I got it. And like it was just crazy.
Who is this girl? I love it.
This week was like, now that I exposed, I got to do better. But yeah, I think self-care goes both ways. Skincare, guys. Take care of your skin. Put sunscreen.
What is self-care to you, Fernanda?
For me, self-care is taking care of myself.
Duh.
What it looks like for me, I'm big on journaling. I actually love it. And the more I do it, the more I love it because the journals start adding up and I get to look back. And it's just so cool to see where you were and where you are.
Yeah.
The best. Like, I love looking at my journal entries. Like, this year, I'm trying to finish my journal, which I brought, by the way. And I'd like each of you to write a page about me and what you guys feel about me. Just to end the journal because I'm almost done with it. So I'll start a new one for next year.
Oh, that's 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but anyway, so that's really helpful for me, not only to reflect back on like the growth, but also to release what I'm truly thinking, because I realized that in my like really emotional, confusing moments, I write in my journal, and even though like my mind's a mess and I'm just writing whatever's I'm thinking about, when I look back at it, I'm like, I felt a lot crazier than I sound. Like, I'm like, it sounds really normal, but like I feel really crazy when I'm writing it. When I feel really out of touch with reality and things like that. So journaling's like really big for me. I'd say yoga is big for me on all aspects of it, because just this is part of what I've learned in my training. Yoga isn't just a stretching. It isn't just the asana, is what it's called. It's a lot more than that. It's the breathing, it's the meditation, it's the reflection, it's the how you treat others, how you treat yourself. So yoga, that's big for me. So I have to do better with the asana, with the movement of my body. But another big part for me is taking care of my body. Like, that's huge for me. Like, I work really hard to eat healthy, not because I enjoy eating healthy. Like, yeah, I would love to drink, even, I mean, now I'm already used to it. It's easy for me not to drink, like, guarana. Like, yes, for Christmas, I was eating the best, like the rice, the meat, the whole thing. And then I was drinking with the guarana. And I was talking to my cousin. I was like, dude, this food with this drink is everything.
Crack.
Literally all I need. But like and then I'll drink my water, and it's like self-care to me is taking care of myself, but also giving myself the pleasure when I need it sometimes. Like, I don't need the pleasure all the time. Like, I want the pleasure all the time, but I don't need it. And understanding that for me is self-care. Just really taking care of me. Yeah. Figuring out myself and taking care of myself.
Nice. Guarana is crack, guys.
Crack. Delicious. Go try some.
Fernanda questioned me this morning while I was drinking guarana.
Is that yours?
Yes, that is
Oh,
mine.
God. Is there's still some in there?
Oh, wait.
I'm making
again.
what is it called?
Guarana commercial?
Advertising. But because I was eating a pastel de franca tupiri, and like water just won't go down with that. Has to be a nice
it
cold
will,
guarana.
but
It
okay.
would, but they don't taste as good. I get it.
Yeah, it just doesn't taste right. It's like that feeling of coziness inside of you. So
It's for pleasure.
yeah, self-care. I was gonna say self-care for me, I think, is eating
Food, comfort food.
comfort food. When I'm stressed out, I comfort eat. And that might be a big reason why I'm not happy with the body that I am in now.
I'm saying that's the
That's for another episode.
Knock, knock.
I recently started going to therapy, which I've been talking about a lot, that I think has been helping me process feelings and understand where I'm at right now. I do my nails, which the past couple weeks have been a really big thing for me because I got a really bad allergic reaction to the point where I had to stop doing my nails for 3 weeks, and it felt kind of shitty because for me, like having my nails done and looking at them, it just feels clean. I feel like I could be
Emotionally well.
it's the emotion. Like I could be wearing sweatpants and a hoodie with my nails done. I feel like I look nice. Makes me feel good. I cut my hair because my long hair wasn't really it anymore, and it was just being let go. So I cut it, and now I feel like I can style it more often, and I can look nicer more often, which makes me feel good.
Self-care.
Yeah, that for me, that's at the moment, that's where I find my self-care.
Nice.
That's also letting go of like who you used to be too. I think that goes like, especially the cutting of the hair.
Oh yeah,
When you're so
that was dramatic.
like I think that's also just allowing yourself to the changes and stuff like that.
Just to touch on that, I know it's your turn, but same thing with her nails that she used to do strictly acrylic. But her body was like, stop. It's not helping me. And so she has, again, it's acceptance of like, it is what it is.
I don't
Was it
think
not?
it was. No, I got
I thought it was
She
an
didn't
allergic
go
reaction.
she didn't go to the doctors to get it diagnosed. Like, this is why you're having this reaction. Like,
I went to I have a appointment scheduled with an allergist. But they don't have appointments until February. So, I don't think it wasn't my nails. It was, my doctor, that's what she thinks it is. She thinks it was the stress. End of year, work, everything.
Personal life
issues. Right. So I think it was the stress because it wasn't just my nails. The allergies were all through my body. I had rashes all over my legs, all over my arms, my stomach, and it wasn't like just a normal rash. It was really bad, and it was really itchy, and my hands were just what got it the most, and I think it's because my cuticles got exposed from doing my nails.
Got it.
So I don't think it was necessarily my nails, but I did have to take a step back and say, you know what, because I kept trying to do my nails over and over because I was like, this is what I like doing.
I need my nails done. Oh my God.
Right, and then I realized that it was just making it worse.
Right.
So
So
I
isn't
stopped.
self-care, right? Because doing your nails is self-care, but in this situation, self-care is also not doing it in that way because you're taking care of yourself. And it still looks great, by the way. I know you guys don't like it,
but you're saying that my nails are done, right?
Oh,
They're
of
just not
course.
done
I
the way
meant-
that I like it.
Right. That's what I mean. Of
Right.
course, they're still done.
Right.
But they're not
before
acrylics.
this, 3 weeks ago, they weren't done at all, and my hands were peeling.
Yeah.
Completely peeling. It looked so bad. And that to me was like, I literally wanted to walk around with my
Yeah.
hands in my pocket.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Which to some people is like whatever. A lot of people, there's people
Self-care
that
is
don't-
different for
right,
everyone.
Right. A lot of people don't like doing their nails and they don't care to do their nails. For me, that was a big thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Self-care to me.
I just got that.
I just like never have the answer. I'm just like, self-care to me is things that make you feel well over a long period of time. It's not just something that like
Long term.
temporary.
yeah, long term. It's not something temporary. I also think that self-care because it's something that's supposed to make you feel well, it's something that can be done over, I mean,
Like a routine.
yeah, like it could be part of your routine. Like if it's just stressing you out,
Right.
even though it could be good for you, I think that that necessarily wouldn't be self-care, right? I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Am
So
I
like
thinking
Donnie and
crazy?
the acrylics, the same thing. It's like it's self-care,
To
but
do
it's not
them.
good for you. Like
Yeah.
it's great, you like the way it looks and it makes you feel good, but it's not good for you. So maybe
Well,
the
no-
self-care would be
Well, let's bring it back because that wasn't because of the acrylic. That was because of her cuticles getting cut and exposed, and she was having an allergic reaction from stress in her body. It wasn't necessarily because of the acrylic.
It just
So
it was
I
the
would take
cherry
a
on
step
top.
back.
Well, I have a good example. Like when I was trying to eat healthy, right? I knew it was good for me, and I knew I needed it for me to get into the health journey that I want to be in. But it was mentally stressing me out that I had to be eating every 3 hours.
But eating healthy is important.
No, I know it's important. What I'm saying is that in that moment,
Yeah.
that self-care
It
for
wasn't
me
helping.
wasn't helping to the point where I now was feeling like I was starving myself, and now I have a headache, and now I'm stressing myself out,
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
I'm around other people that are eating things that I want to eat, and I didn't have the control of like I can't eat that right now.
Yeah.
So I stopped it, and I'm like I'm mentally not ready for it.
And do you think like maybe if you were, I mean, there's obviously different ways that you can approach healthy eating, and obviously you could do the gradual release, which in my mindset, I believe that I think that when you don't have a healthy lifestyle, just jumping the gun and just like all in, like you, like, you know, instead
Agreed.
of stepping like one step at a time up the ladder, like you're just jumping to the top and you're like, oh, full out health eating. Well, your body isn't
Right.
used to it. Your stomach isn't like
That's
small
small.
enough or trained enough to accept certain things in your body,
Yep.
because it can even do the opposite. Instead of doing something well to you, like
It's just gonna
your
make you
body
gain weight,
is
yeah.
is taking in 100% of like things that it's not used to, or it doesn't even understand how to process, where it can become like detrimental. Like you're not eating enough. That's crazy. And then that's where the perspective is
what is healthy eating?
different, because it's like you were eating healthy, it wasn't enough to you. So at this point, so then you took like a halt. So that gave you a negative understanding of what healthy eating
Well,
should
yeah,
look
I
like.
think it
That's
wasn't the
important,
food that I was
'cause-
eating. It was that I had to be consistent with like what I was eating throughout the day in order for it to be enough for me. And realistically, timing for me
Right.
wasn't it. Like in the morning I would be able to make like a shake or whatever, but then by lunchtime I'm so busy
That's
at work.
Sorry, to me that is, if you're used to eating like
No,
and
but
you have
it
a
was
shake,
enough.
yeah.
The shake was enough. It was enough for me for breakfast, right? But by lunchtime, I didn't have time to prep a healthy meal. So then now I'm starving because now I'm like, fuck
Right.
it. I'm not going to eat. So I'm not going to eat unhealthy, but then I'm not going to eat at all because I don't
it's
have time to
so
go
it's
prep.
your fault because you're
No,
not
100
portion controlling and you're not
But
timing yourself.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
She wasn't mentally ready.
I wasn't
for it.
mentally ready
Yeah,
for it.
it's a lot. It's a lot, and to jump the gun, it's just like, and you just had a shake, and it's like lunchtime. Well, then you just did the opposite of what you woke up intending to do, which is to
And then it's frustrating
to do
because now
something
you're
good for
failing
yourself.
on your goal that you had.
You're being pretty much very hard on yourself
yeah.
when you shouldn't. Just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna order McDonald's. Let me get my Uber app here.
But then
Real
it's
quick,
hard.
10 minutes. 15 at max.
Right, but it's also hard when you say that, oh, I'm healthy eating, and then you're eating McDonald's, and then everybody around you is like, weren't you on a diet? Why are you eating McDonald's?
Yeah, so that's when you're like, I am my own person.
Make me a plate.
I know what I need and what my body needs, and I would really appreciate if you cut the comments off because I'm gonna do what I want to do at the
No,
end of
I
the
know.
day.
What I'm-
Or you could be like
right.
Michelle and just be like, okay.
Right. Like
That's why I go to Michelle's house, because I know Michelle's always ordering McDonald's.
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
It's Burger King too.
I'm drinking water right now, guys.
Anytime I want to eat unhealthy, Michelle, what you doing?
What's going on? Girl, what's up? Yeah, so before we dive in and talk more about self-care, I did find this quiz online that we're going to take a break and complete the quiz and then come back and talk about the quiz. What feelings did it bring up? What did we learn about ourselves? What is some areas of self-care that we're lacking? Because self-care is anything that you can do to take care of yourself so you can stay physically, mentally, and emotionally well. So by taking this quiz, and we'll be posting it as well for you guys to take it at home to see what areas of self-care are you lacking or that you're doing well with, and then a point of reflection as well. And then we can talk about, did our perspective of self-care change? And
yeah. Interesting.
so we're going to take a break. We're going to take this quiz. We're going to come back, and it won't be that long for you guys. It'll be more of us because we have to pause. But yeah, we'll be back in like 10 seconds.
All right.
All right, so we are back. That definitely took more than 5 minutes. But we are back, and we wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what, based on the quiz, what it is that we are lacking in self-care. Notice that as we were taking the quiz, as soon as everyone started finishing, they're like, oh, wow, yeah, I could definitely see that. So would anyone like to go first on what they got, and tell me about the experience of taking the quiz too, because some people were complaining, like, that's it, that's all I can do.
AKA
But
Fernanda.
what is the purpose of the quiz and giving you minimal chances to choose all of the above?
You're funny, Michelle.
I know.
So
Thank you.
Jackie's quiz says she needs emotional self-care. It's funny because as we were taking it, there are plenty of options. So some of them give you options to choose up to 3. And some of them only give you option to choose out of 1. And that's where it was hard, because it's like some of them you want to choose more than one. And so you have to really think, what is your priority? And that's why I think Fernanda was like complaining, because you're like, oh, I want to pick more, but you can't really. So mine came out to emotional self-care. Here are some self-care ideas for you. It says allowing yourself to cry, rereading your favorite book, watching a deep movie, listening to your favorite songs. I do listen. I think I mentioned this. I'm really big on music, so check that off. Writing down positive affirmations, finding ways to laugh, asking for help when you need it, spending time with animals. Oh, that's a big one. And setting boundaries to protect your time and your energy. I think that's a big one in self-care that I didn't even think about, setting boundaries, right? But yeah, that was Jackie's.
It's beautiful. I feel like that's a great fit for you.
Right?
Mine is kind of, I was going to say mine is
Yours is
similar to hers, but there's like a couple things that are, actually, no.
So what did you
The
get?
I got the same thing. You got emotional self-care, which I think at this point I'm pretty aware of because of therapy. One of the big things for me is the asking for help, allowing myself to cry, because these are things that I'm working on at this point. Setting boundaries. These are all things that I'm currently working on. Finding ways to laugh, I think, is not accurate because I laugh way too much. I don't take anything seriously.
What is self-care? The emotional self-care.
In the beginning, what's the top part?
What does it say?
Right now, tapping into the emotional side of self-care will be beneficial for you. Emotional self-care helps you understand yourself more, cope with your challenges, and develop healthy relationships. And then ask yourself, how can I take care of my emotions right now?
Yeah, I got the same. That's a good question. All right,
That's a good
Fernanda.
one.
I got physical self-care. Right. Interesting, right? So right now you'll benefit from a healthy dose of physical self-care. Physical self-care involves taking care of your body with exercise, nutrition, and proper sleep. When you practice activities for your physical well-being, you can increase your energy levels and boost your self-esteem. Ask yourself, how can I take care of my body right now? And it's interesting because I'm sure from like the outside, I'm very, you guys see, I try to be really healthy. I drink and I eat healthy, and I do. That I take very big pride on, because and that's why I bother you guys a lot, because I'm not being a hypocrite when I say, why are you drinking guaraná in the morning? It's because I'm like, seriously, like, it's the morning. We can't wait till after, so it's not like I'm being a bitch. I'm just actually like, hey, let's talk about it. But one thing I'm not good at is my physical, like the exercising of it. Like even my yoga, I'm supposed to be doing, I would love to be doing at least an hour a day of like practice. And I don't. Ideally, like, that's the goal. Even the gym, exercising, weightlifting, getting my muscles stronger. These are things that I would love to do because it's good for us, especially as we're going older. This is a time to work on our muscles so that when we're 60, we're not dealing with shit. So definitely I get this very much so.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the little bit of physical self-care that you do is the minimal in that case? You're doing it, but you know that you could be doing better.
Yeah. I'm very, I think that's why I feel like I'm never satisfied. It's not because I'm doing all that I can and I'm not satisfied. No, it's because I'm aware that while I eat healthy, and that's been a journey, and I'm finally in a place where I'm like, cool, like, I don't have to worry about that. Like, I'm good. I know how to be happy. I know how to give into my wants and not always, that part I got down. But the exercising, the physical, like, I'd love to go for walks. That was actually one of my answers. Mm-hmm. In the morning, I would love to wake up at, like, especially because of the benefit of living with my parents, I'm able to leave my daughter sleeping and go for a walk.
Yeah.
I'd love to wake up at, like, 5:30 in the morning and go on a 30-minute walk every day. Goals. Literally goals. Very hard for me to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to go on a walk. I was doing really well going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning. And then the cold hits, and I'm like, I don't want to get up.
I know.
So I'm very inconsistent with that. So, and I know how it affects me. It affects me in every way. Like, physically, I'm not getting stronger and da-da-da. Don't care. That's not important to me. Like, how I look physically, don't care. When it bothers me.
You really not care, though?
Okay, I care. Like, it's nice to be like, I'm working at myself and I feel stronger. Really, honestly, I don't really. I care a little bit in the sense of like, oh, when I wear a bikini, I don't want to be all blah, but like, but if I do, it's fine. What really bothers me is like, I know how it feels like when you are stronger. Like, I know what it's like to work out and then feel that good. That part is what it's like. Damn, I don't feel that.
So the working out for you is more for your physical.
Good. It's for my mental, I think. It's for like, even like the running. I don't run because it makes me skinnier. I run because of what it builds for me mentally. Like, keep going. You got this.
Scientifically proven, though, that running,
it feels so good.
Marathons
I love this.
Because you're letting go all of the stress out of your body.
And also the beliefs.
Discipline.
Yeah, it's the beliefs. For me, running is like letting go of the beliefs of like, I can't do this. Your body is capable of doing so much more than what you believe. Like, even with the like, oh, I really want to eat that right now. Yeah, but that's your mind talking. Your body doesn't have to eat that. There's a lot your body doesn't have to eat, but it's what you believe. Oh, I really want that bonbon right now. Like, that was me at the brunch.
Oh, the brunch.
I was sorry, and I definitely ate that bonbon because. Yeah, but
that was me right now.
Right, exactly.
I was gonna eat a chocolate, and Fernanda was like, "Do you really?" I was like, "Fuck, I don't need it."
Throws
it back.
But yeah, so
I just wanted to, I think that with the eating, I mean, the exercising is the same thing that she said with the eating. You also have to keep it in mind that you can't do it all at once. Like, we're talking about Fernanda runs like 5K marathons or whatever. Is that
5K?
Yeah,
not marathon. And I would love to run a marathon.
Oh, it's not a marathon? It's
no,
just
marathon's
5K.
Longer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's, your body also needs to adjust to
of
that
course.
lifestyle. So, like, I remember when I was at my best, I was like 30 pounds and skinny. And it was mainly about how I looked because I wanted to be skinny and just to wear clothes and not sit down and have like 3 different stomachs. But I also remember feeling so good with myself, like, yo, like,
have energy.
I wasn't miserable at all.
I'm taking care of myself is what is like you're doing.
And I used to go to the gym on Saturdays and like, I had nothing else to do. I was single and I was just like, I'm gonna go to the gym. But again, it plays into time, lifestyle, what's your responsibilities,
Priorities,
what's
discipline.
your schedule like. it's a lot of discipline, and I feel like you need to let your body, like, we can't just say, like, I'm going to lose 40 pounds in a month, and which is very unrealistic unless you're getting plastic surgery, but you can't. It's like the eating. Your stomach is too big. You need a portion control so it could get smaller and get somewhere. Your body, it's like you exercise twice a week, then you exercise 3 times a week, then 4. Then when you see you're 7 days a week, you're like exercising in your sleep, and you're like, wow, like I can do this.
Right.
But yeah, I think running is great for mental strength.
We won't run a 5K together next year.
Michelle, what was the thing that you got? What was Michelle?
down.
I think that's a great podcast challenge, and the podcast listeners can hold us accountable.
Is it in the summer?
It could be.
Okay.
No,
as
it
long as
isn't.
it's in the, not
You
in the
do
cold.
great.
Oh my God,
summer.
Denny agreed. Jackie agreed. Michelle.
Yeah.
Yes, claps. I'm not pressing it.
Sorry, guys.
8 seconds.
How about you, Michelle? What did you get?
I got physical.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm done. She got physical.
I got physical.
Contain yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Contain yourself. I got physical. I knew it was coming. I love being physical with not exercise.
I love throwing
Let me-
hands.
What she
Let me fix
means
that.
is she likes being hands on.
Hey. Okay. that's fair.
Yeah, I
see
love going out. I like walking. I like exercising. It just makes you feel good, and it also motivates you to eat better, have
Yeah.
a better routine. I feel like when I do get on my feet, I think it helps when when I'm on break from work, I definitely am more physical and more disciplined with eating. Like, I eat 3 times a day. My eating habits are, I'm not going to say better, but they're a little better than what they usually are with my meals. So I definitely see that physical is something that I definitely need. In my day-to-day life. So I know Fernanda read about what does physical self-care look like. Here are some ideas for that, which is eating at regular times. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, drinking more water, exercising for 30 minutes, 4 to 5 times a day, taking vitamins daily. Woo! Yeah, my body needs that. Going for a daily walk around the block. It says great after lunch.
For digestion, that makes sense.
Can I also
I walk around my
say-
school building and up and downstairs.
Yeah.
I sit all day in the office, so.
Walking around a farmer's market? I guess that helps you to
Understand what healthy
well,
eating
not
is.
understand, but it
Ooh,
drags
what's
your
that vegetable?
attention to, like, vegetables
Right,
around
the
you.
awareness
And then
of
you're also
freshness. Yeah.
Go also Google it and then just go buy it.
Not the same.
Getting
It's
7
getting
to
there.
8 hours of sleep, which I get that. I do that daily. Taking an Epsom salt bath?
Yeah, bath.
That's
Yeah,
what
'cause
like
that
releases.
releases your body.
the salt bath.
Yeah.
Okay.
You feel
That's
sports.
something you can do.
But no, listen.
all that we can-
That's
Well-
why they say that when we go into the ocean and you have like
delicia.
razor bumps, it hurts, but you know why?
It's
the salt
healing.
water is healing you.
Woo!
So if you
Shave
have
your legs and go to the beach, y'all.
no, it's just an example of like if you have any like thing like a hurt, a scab, or salt water.
They also have like the ice therapies.
Oh my god, I've seen that.
They say that's really
The
good
ice
for
So
your skin.
speaking of ice therapy, something back when I was really brave, I used to do cold showers in the morning. I did it for 30 days. Cold showers every
heard it's so
morning.
good.
Again, mental thing, but it's funny. Me and my coworkers talk about it, and one of my coworkers is like, "I would never do that. Like, that's so stupid. Why would someone do that? Like, if you want to challenge yourself, go do something." It was so funny because some people just don't
Cold
understand.
rinse is
They
so good
don't.
for your hair.
For your
There's
skin?
so
Are you
many
kidding
for
me?
your body, for your nervous system. For
I
your
definitely
it wakes,
mind.
it wakes your
rather-
body up too.
Okay, so hot water is so it's not horrible, guys, for you, but like people at my house, like my husband, he takes water, baths in like you
Lobster
can't.
hot?
Oh my god, it's like are you fucking boiling in here? What are you doing?
I'm getting cooked.
So
So you can eat me.
Relaxing.
like are you so he'll take hot and I take colder showers and I'm like, you know that hot water is just as bad as the sun for your skin. Like it makes it oilier, it makes it like I guess
Drier, you
it
mean?
makes it drier.
Mine
Yeah,
is
mine
super
is
dry,
super dry.
and because I take really hot showers.
But oily, as in like because it's so. Some
It's
people,
so
it
dry.
depends on the person.
It
It's
over-
so dry that it like once your body, your skin is like your pores are. I don't know how to explain it.
It's
Google it,
overworking,
but
so now it's producing
Yes.
too much oil. So now
Yep.
you have to counteract it. It's a whole.
it's a whole thing.
Your body's crazy.
Yeah. So cold water is really good for your muscles as well, for everything. Like people that have atrophies, they go and they do ice baths.
yeah, ice
and
baths. Well, football
Sports
players,
soccer
sports players,
players,
yeah, they
too.
do it right because it helps release the tension in the body.
Yeah, I remember once I went to visit. Oh well, it's not. Yeah, I went to visit Harold at college, and he
When he
used
was
to
playing
play
soccer?
professionally. Well, yeah, for the school, and he showed me the bathtub, and
But
it
they
was
get in?
crazy.
it's
like
deep. It's really deep.
it
Right?
literally like only their head is out. It's crazy. So it's pretty cool.
So I have a question for you guys. So we're talking about self-care, right? We have, I want to say we have very different lives, careers.
Yeah.
Schedules.
Yeah, because and so I want to let's touch base on. I know everyone kind of touched base on what they do for self-care, kind of, but let's talk about it. What do you do for self-care? First of all, hold on. How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
Hold on. How many kids do you have?
Danny's ready to answer.
Status, like relationship status,
Career.
career,
Responsibilities.
yeah. Any responsibility
Any
that
side
hustles that you do.
hustles, right?
And then what do you do for self-care? And then what is
When
one
can you
self-care?
find time for self-care?
Right. But yeah, one, how can you find
I
time
missed
for
the third one.
self-care?
What was the third one? Relationship status.
Relationship, career.
Career. That's what it is. Okay, got it. Okay.
We did this.
So it's how many kids, relationship
know.
status, career, and
But this is
responsibility.
important, you know why? Because everyone talks about self-care, but then I'm not going to listen to someone that doesn't have kids, lives with
Their parents.
Me, they don't
or
listen to me.
doesn't pay bills, and they have a phenomenal self-care. I'm going to be like, well, no shit, sweetheart.
Michelle literally just read there, and it says exercise 5 times a day for half hour. Where? How?
Well, see,
I
I
just
could
want.
argue
I
that.
That's
just
2
want
hours
to
and a half
say
of my day that I.
Of your week.
well,
that says a
here's
day.
30 minutes a day.
5 times a day.
4 to
for
5
30
times.
minutes.
A week.
4 to 5 times a week.
Oh, I thought it was a day because I was like,
But
what
here's-
world are you all living in? Like, what is this?
But here's the thing, and I want to bring emphasis on the definition of self-care because you're taking care of yourself. Like you buying something for someone, because I know Jackie had mentioned that she likes buying her shoes for herself, but she also finds pleasure in buying things, gifting
for
others.
other people.
Right. And so self-care is something that takes care of yourself and your well-being. So things towards yourself.
It
Your self-care.
mentally pleases me that I am doing things for other people. That's what you're saying. Why are you laughing?
What do you do for
I
you?
feel like that's not self-care. That's just a pleasure of yours or something that you
That's-
enjoy doing.
It's not for yourself.
I think
it's
that
for
if it
others.
mentally, I think if it makes you
Yeah.
feel good, it's self care
Why does it make you feel good?
because I'm loving and showing affection and
What?
I'm telling people like, hey, I care about you. This is my love language. If it's not touch, it's showing
Listeners,
I
is that
care.
self-care?
I think so.
It does make you feel good.
It does. It gives me it.
So
serotonin.
emotionally,
Oh, one part. Go ahead.
I think it looks different for everybody.
it does. Self-care does. So emotionally in that moment, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
That part. So something I would like to bring up maybe at the end after we do this is prioritizing like the priorities of self-care. And because it's taking care of yourself, right? By realistically self-care, the end goal is to make yourself feel better. And while there's some self-care that you feel better right there and then, but it may create other areas of stress in other areas of your life that don't make you feel
Like
good. And
financial,
how
since you're buying.
right, that's a good one. So like you're buying gifts and that's great. And I love you,
You're
girl.
creating
Thank you so
healthy-
much.
I already paid everybody's Christmas gifts this year, so I'm Gucci. I'm stressing financially because of
not
Brazil.
about that. That's just an
If
example.
that's what you're-
No. It's not about. It was just an example. So you buy gifts for other people and cool. And I'm not talking about you specifically. In general, it's like.
Ou indireta.
All right, I'll talk about me. All right, I'll just talk about me. For me, in regards to self-care is like, okay, yes, I would love to make everybody super happy and get them the best gifts and just get the big toys and the doll houses, and great. That would be really great, ideally, in a life where I'm rich. I am not rich, and I know that if I spend all this money to please other
You're gonna
people,
stress it out after.
I'm gonna be anxious as fuck for a long time trying to pay this back, and I'm not trying to do that. And so for me, which is why you guys call me cheap, and I'm like, that's okay, you can call me cheap, because my mental health is more important than you guys calling me cheap. So I'm okay. I accept things, and the reality, I try to, because it's also very hard to not, to still have that judgment of like, oh, like,
It's also hard
you're
to
bringing
please
brownies to the party. No, I'm just kidding. We don't talk about it.
So see, what happened was
No. I don't want to talk about
This
that.
is the curse of having a podcast together. It's that we are obligated to sit here and then we make these comments. And we have to talk about it now because she wants to give her side. And then now Michelle,
there's no side.
Michelle's
Yeah.
the peacemaker.
We already got it. We understood.
I gonna stay quiet. I'm done.
All right.
No, I think what Michelle is trying to say is, what do you do for yourself, which is like physically make you feel good? Not gifting people is good. Yes, I like gifting people too. I like being thoughtful. I like when I'm giving something that it's something that somebody's gonna love. Like I gave Fernanda the.
We're
what's
not
the
really
game? We're not really strangers.
Friendship
Friend edition.
Hello, friends. All my friends. We're so excited.
girl, you
And-
doing too much. Anyways, move on.
No, what I'm saying is she loves it, and it makes me feel good that she loved it. Michelle has been carrying around her damn microphone everywhere. Jesus.
Now who's
now
doing,
that she
now
brought it up.
who's doing too much, Michelle?
But I didn't spend too much money on any of these gifts where it's not financially stressing me. So I feel good because I gave everybody what they like. And then in Jackie's case, she had in her mind what she wanted to spend this year. So she
I planned.
planned for it, right? So although she spent a lot on all our gifts, she planned for it, blah, blah. And then that was her goal for the moment.
You guys are making it seem like I spent like hundreds of dollars.
She
like,
did
kinda
hundreds.
No.
You spent 100 in each of us, which means hundreds.
Yeah. In our world, that's hundreds.
You acted
Okay,
like.
anyways, moving on from Christmas.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Um,
Okay. So the
Yeah.
questions.
yeah, the
So-
question that you wanted. So basically, Michelle, let's start with you. You are
How many
married.
kids do you
How many
have?
kids?
I'll do the questions.
How's your lifestyle?
Married. I have 2 boys. And they're older. For those
4 and
listeners who
7?
can connect in that way. 4 and 7. Married.
Career.
Career. I'm a teacher.
Why was that so hard?
She's
to
like, I
think?
forgot.
I don't know. I'm just like, I was thinking about something else. So I'm married. I have 2 kids, 4 and 7. So preschool and school age child. And I'm a teacher. So that is what my life consists of. And the majority of the time, my responsibilities is I have to care for my kids because my husband works
What's
for
it?
long periods of time. So it's everything that happens throughout the week. It's all on me.
Explain a Monday through Friday. One of the Mondays through Friday.
So we have the same routine every single day, Monday
Hey.
through Friday. Ask the girls; they be trying to do things during the week. I'm like,
don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
We just want to know how your day's going. We don't really want to.
No, she don't have time for that in her routine.
There's this activity at 6:30. My kids go to sleep at 7:30, so at that time they're having dinner. We're not talking about it. So I wake up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I get up, I get myself ready. I take the dogs out. Right now, currently, at that point, I'm then calling an Uber. I get myself ready, so I cannot just put on jeans and sweats to work. The place I work, I do have to have a professional attire, so I do have to get myself, presentable, heels and all. So then I go to work. I'm working 10, 11, maybe 12 hours a day. And then I come home, I pick up my kids, we come home, they go straight to the shower. As they're doing that, I start prepping dinner. We go over anything that's in their book bag from school, just to check in. They have dinner. After dinner, we clean up when we can. They do. They put their plates away and stuff. And then at that point, they start getting ready for bed. So brushing their teeth, whole routine. They go to sleep. At that point, dad's coming home. Then if I haven't had dinner, I'll have dinner then. And then if he comes home early enough, he'll put the kids to sleep. So then I'll go shower. At that point, it's 8:30. Everyone's kind of situated and in bed, and we're going to sleep.
Wow.
and that's my day.
And it
That's
starts all
hard.
over again.
And then it starts
that's a
all
lot.
over the
Yeah, when you
again
have
the
to wake
next
up that
day.
early, it's hard to squeeze
And
in.
it's nonstop too. Like there's just no during Monday through Friday there's nothing. So then during the weekend that's when, if we have activities, and that's when I do things with the kids. Cleaning. Right, yeah. Cleaning the house. That's a
Washing
Saturday.
clothes, all of the extras.
Yeah, and that takes a while.
I could see why summer is so nice for you because in summers you have off
And breaks.
Yeah,
That's when I go hiking, we go on vacation.
camping.
I love during the winter break where I have the week off. I like going out and hiking and going on trails and stuff
On
like that
walks.
and playing outside. I like doing that in the winter as opposed to the summer. The summer usually I go to the beach or I go to a pool and do those kind of physical activities. But in the winter, that's when I like to take the walks because it's just, I don't know. I don't like to feel hot. So during the breaks, that's when I actually get physical and do some exercise with the kids.
That's nice.
But for self-care,
I'm like, yeah, where does that
um,
fit in there?
yeah,
Nowhere.
I try to do the healthy eating as best as I can.
I mean,
It's
sleeping
really hard.
early to wake up early,
Yes,
self-care.
That's like, it has to happen. Sleeping like
So
8:30.
you have your own bedtime.
I have to. I cannot go to sleep past 9:00, 9:30 max.
So when she's texting us at 11 p.m.,
You know,
we
Yeah.
know she's fucked up.
or Michelle go to sleep.
Facts.
But usually it's the weekend, or I'm on break. What else? Self-care. Every 6 weeks I get my nails done.
Ooh, nails.
You last 6 weeks?
Yeah. Girl, I can't. Not the money.
that part.
I love getting my nails done, but I'm not wasting money
It's,
before that.
it's also the time because it's really time consuming to sit
Yeah,
there for an hour
there
and
is
a
that.
half.
There is that. Another self-care is my hair, and it's not consistent, like before.
Whenever you need it.
Yeah.
But you
I
do style your hair every day for work.
right, and that makes me feel good. I think that's my mentally, if my hair is done and my nails done, I feel it helps me feel better. Like for me to look in the mirror and I'm like,
Right. It's not for others. It's for yourself. You look pretty. You feel pretty.
oh yeah, because if someone just has something to say about me, I'm like, first of all,
Her response to everything. First of all,
I don't have time for this.
I really don't. I'm not doing it for anyone. Like, I like to feel good.
I feel like that's the misconception of everyone when you're talking
But-
about hair, nails,
but
makeup.
but it's also not a general statement because some people
do. Right. But I'm saying like Jackie loves doing makeup. And I get annoyed at her because I'm like, do you really have to spend 5 hours so you're late now for wherever we're going?
She's like,
'cause your makeup?
Absolutely.
But because she wants
She
to look
does.
pretty, and she wants to, and it's nice. She looks nice, and she gets
I
complimented.
look
which makes you
beautiful,
feel
first
nice.
of all.
Ooh.
That's why you're wearing glasses
Thanks.
today.
Yes.
No one said
absolutely.
you were ugly, but okay, if that's the reflection you have.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I like to come in and feel unstoppable, even though.
pause. Stop it, Michelle.
What other kind of self-care? Yeah, whenever I can eat healthy, I put that in. I know that.
I know you keep saying that, but like, okay, we got it. Nobody's doubting you.
I'm trying to see where my nipples are.
What?
Okay. All right.
Anyways.
I think that's it for me. Honestly, I just try whenever I can.
I was actually having this conversation with Fernanda this week. She asked me because I don't remember what the question was, but she was like, "Why?" Oh, I said to her,
I
"I'm
was
mentally."
gonna say, I don't remember talking to you this week.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the one time she called me in like 3 months. You're right. You did call
did.
me. Yeah.
No, that was through text because she said
Oh.
to me, "How are you feeling?" And I said, "I feel exhausted, like mentally exhausted, where my body feels tired."
What do you do for work?
I am a accountant at an office.
Side hustle?
I am also a side accountant.
Content on the site too.
I'm a
That's you.
Yes.
And that's not part of your that you don't do that during your primary full-time job.
No, that's so totally separate.
This
Because
is
when I'm
after
at
you
work,
come
I'm at
home.
work, and I am dealing with all of the work business related. So, just a quick recap, I'm doing things for the business all day, right? So then when I
Yeah.
go home, I'll do whatever side stuff that I have to do. I have 2 girls that are, Mel's going to turn 1 now in January. She's not a baby anymore.
I thought
And
she
then
was
I
really
have-
gonna cry. I was like,
Me
oh my god,
too.
girl, it's not that serious.
And
She's
then
second kid.
Ella's going to turn 3 in May. So I recently have had a very big change in my lifestyle because my mom cared for my kids since they were born. So it was really convenient that in the mornings I used to get up and out the house in 15 minutes, and I didn't have to worry about my kids because they were sleeping. Didn't have to worry about packing lunch or any of that extra stuff because the stuff is in the fridge. Help themselves to whatever it is that they need to eat throughout the day, blah, blah, blah. And when I left work, I could go straight home. So I leave at 4:30, and I could be at home at 4:45 if there's traffic. If not, I'm home even earlier. Recently, my routine has changed because my kids are going to daycare now. So I have to prep the day before so that in the morning I don't have to wake up extra early. I have to wake up earlier. I have to get 2 kids ready and out the house, drop them off, go to work, get out of work, pick them up, come back home, and like start a whole routine. So my day consists of waking up. I guess my next day starts when I get home from work because I'm prepping for the next day. So I prep all their lunches. I prep their clothes. I leave everything ready. So in the morning, when they wake up, everything's ready. I get them dressed. I put everything in the bag, put it in the car. I start the car.
Nossa, small details. Look at you.
No, it's just like those
Start the car. I'm
But
hope you do.
But because the reason why I'm giving those small details is because all of that plays in time for me to leave the house, right?
Oh my
so
God.
like I have to, when I wake up, I get myself ready first before, and I try not making noise because if I wake them up, now I'm having to concentrate on them, and it just makes me late.
I'm sorry, I just processed Michelle's like, yeah, that is, but I get it. Okay, yeah, time. It
Right,
does.
that's
It really
time,
does.
right? So
That was a good
I call
joke.
an Uber. She starts the car.
Wait, you take an Uber every
my
day?
car doesn't have a starter because I drive stick shift, so I can't have a starter in my car. So
You
that
could.
makes a difference for
it's
me.
just illegal.
Right, that makes a difference.
So she can't.
You
That's
could.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, back to my routine, Michelle.
My bad. Give her space.
Then I go to work and I have to focus at work. And then I get out of work and that's that. And then I start it all over again.
Let
I
the
don't
woman talk. It's her routine.
Oh, I'm not laughing at that. Just- Anyways, okay.
I don't even know where I was anymore at this point.
The car. You start the car.
Okay, so you finished your routine, and yeah, that's busy. So we're in
Look
that-
at her. She's
No,
not,
she's not
Right.
done.
She's
No,
not.
she's,
She was. She said
no, she hasn't even gotten to work.
She literally just said it. You just weren't listening, didn't you? We don't know.
Hey, Michelle, go ahead, Michelle. Tell everybody how my routine goes. Thanks.
So Dotty's routine after she starts the car. Yo, she got 2 kids under 2. That
Is hard.
hell
Michelle's
no.
crying. That's how hard
Hell
it
no,
is.
she gotta carry a car seat.
yeah,
No,
I don't. 'cause
Not
the
anymore,
both cars
right?
Start in the car. But your kids walk to the car.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
don't take
say
my
that
kids
too.
to the car in the morning.
The age.
I pay a
I
babysitter.
allow Dani and Shaki to drink their guaranas and eat their chocolates, except sometimes I don't.
Why are you? I
Yo,
don't even
motherhood.
Drink, I don't even drink soda.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Okay.
No, because the first 2 years of having a child, regardless of the age,
I need that guarana.
That's all you can
honestly,
intake in that moment.
I can see how that's
What you-
mental health, that's
whatever
that's
you can
self-care.
feed yourself in that moment is
Those first 2 years are very hard.
So I don't
Imagine
have breakfast.
too.
I don't have breakfast before I leave the house. I don't have breakfast until I get into the office, check all my emails, make sure everybody got what they need, and then I go to the kitchen and I make myself a coffee. And by then it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Right. And reason why, I started the car to go to work, Michelle. Anyways, the point of
But
all this
then-
babbling was that recently I have started
Carried
a
more.
routine that it's my self-care routine so that I don't like mentally go crazy. When I come home from work, I start the kids' dinner, give them dinner while they're having dinner. I'm making dinner for me and Ricky. And then in the process of that, Ricky takes over, cleans them up, gives them a bath, and then I take over to put them to bed, which recently, actually, I've been just letting him do it because I don't know if other moms can relate, but my kids
Yes.
right now, they want nothing serious with me. Like, they think it's a joke. They think it's funny. Ella doesn't want to go down. And with Ricky, it's like he goes in the room, puts her down, and that's it. It's done
2 minutes,
for the night.
right?
I'm like, why? Why do we have to keep jumping from bed to bed and thinking it's like mom's not here to joke with you? I really just want you to go to bed so I can go shower.
You know what you do? You just hold them on a chokehold. You're gonna sleep.
or you let Ricky do it. Like,
Right. So,
Danny, please do bedtime routine.
right, yeah. So no,
I
so
like-
that is so I now have gotten myself into a routine where I'm like, I'm gonna get home, so by 8:00 I have finished dinner, I finished the kids prep meal prep, and the kids are down for bed. Jackie the other day was like, dude, it's 8:00, your kids are sleeping. Absolutely.
No, I just thought it was interesting. That's pretty. I think that's
I've been
pretty
trying
cool.
to get my
yeah.
kids to
You
bed
need
every
to.
night by 8:00. Why? Because mentally I need
those hours.
from 8 to 11 be able to shower, to work on my side hustle.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say that.
Right, because I can't have kids screaming around me while I'm trying to concentrate on something important.
You just chokehold them.
And I too want to start to get back onto my hobbies, because that was self-care to me. My hobbies of I love doing the crafting stuff, and I have not been able to do that. I just don't have the time for
That's
it.
what motherhood does to you.
And with when you have small kids, it's just like there's always something going on every month. There's like a change, and so you have to keep playing and changing routines. Even though people make it seem like routines are always going to be the same thing
It's
for
not.
years, it's really not.
It's not.
And I think that's also a misconception is, oh, you're gonna have this routine. Well, in about a month or two, especially when you have young kids under 3, their development
Everything changes.
so differently at every age. Obviously, there's the big routines where like going to sleep at a certain time and something that changes a lot less often. But everything else,
Ella doesn't nap anymore.
it's life.
So that's a routine change for me, because before I used to have 3 hours in the middle of the day where they both would nap together. And now Ella refuses to nap. What am I going to do? Lock her in the room and just let her be in there?
Melatonin.
We try to do.
this girl reckless.
I'm just
But now
Benadryl.
when milk goes down, I have to find
you
other things
too?
to do.
Give her a little bit of Robitussin. I learned.
Oh God.
Just
But
kidding.
back in the days, they used to give kids whiskey.
They
So-
did.
Yeah, they did.
Getting married. Everybody knows. Lucas.
He's 2.
I mean, childcare. Yeah, he's 2. Terrible 2s. Childcare.
You have a more flexible schedule, or
no?
how?
How does that work?
I do, because my bosses, I love her.
I love. That's what
Bosses, they
fans.
work from home, and they're the best people I've ever met. So, like, if I have to do anything, she understands I have a 2-year-old because she has small children. So it's like they understand it.
That's
like,
nice.
Yeah,
That's
don't
really
know.
nice.
I have a
What is
way more flexible.
What is your weekly, or because I know you have one.
I have
day off.
Wednesdays off. So I set boundaries. Back when I first had Lucas, I was trying to work 5 days a week, and that did not work for me. I didn't have a day. Like, you guys know that kids 0 to 1, it's like a doctor's appointment every other month. You have to, and I was working jobs that, like, I worked in office for a year on a lawyer's, injury lawyer's office. I worked with Dunny at her old job.
What's your hours Monday through Friday? Like Monday, not Wednesdays.
I work full days, like a regular 8 to 5. I mean 9 to 5,
Okay.
and then I have Wednesdays off.
And then what do you do for self-care?
I don't know.
Sleeps on Wednesdays.
I don't sleep, actually. I don't. I'm either taking my kid. I don't. I feel like lately I don't prioritize myself
What were you going to say? You take your kids where?
to
Your
the
kid.
doctors, or
Oh.
if I don't have an appointment, I take him.
Every Wednesday I take them.
No, you know why she's saying that? Because for the past 2 months, the kids have been sick every single week.
Well, I feel like I remember you taking Lucas to the library on
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
When he's not sick, I do things. I'm hands on with him. I take
Yeah.
him to the park or the library.
Outdoors.
He rides his bicycle. I'm very good about keeping Lucas like outdoors when I'm
That's
home.
nice.
But it's just hard because you don't prioritize yourself, and then like now it's winter and they're always sick, and I feel like right now it's just a phase where my kid needs me. He's not gonna be 2 ever again, and he's not gonna be sick every week ever again, or I hope so. And I made peace that I'm gonna do what I have to do now because my kid didn't ask to come into the world. I chose to bring him into the world, therefore he doesn't owe me anything, but I owe him everything. So I do what I can, like trying to eat healthy, exercise. I'm not there yet, but my self-care, like I said, I do my skin, like my
yeah,
skin.
that's
I
right.
do keep my nails, like I'm not a freak about it. Like I feel like you guys are, Danya and Michelle are like, I have to have my nails done. If I don't, I'm okay. Like if my toes look like freaking Rolling Stones age. Like, I
Is
don't
that
care.
now?
Again,
Yeah, after kids. No, I used to be very before kids, particular with nails.
How often did you do it before?
And, like I still do my
She
nails
said
every
every
2
day.
weeks.
Oh,
No, no.
I'm kidding.
I do my eyebrows.
Every other day.
Okay, so what I am very anal about is my eyebrows. My eyebrows is done every 2 weeks. I wax. I do my. I would say I'm pretty consistent with that, but then again, I do it on Saturdays in my schedule, like during the week. So if they don't have appointment on Saturdays, then
that helps you like mentally making
it
sure
does.
that these things are
It
done.
does, and I've been learning how to be organized because like my lady, my eyebrow lady, she's like, if you just leave it scheduled, and I'm like, you know what, that's beautiful. Every 2 weeks, this is my time. If I cannot make it, I will let you know. And if I can't make it and let you know on the day of, I will still pay like 50%. Or
that's
whatever.
that's also a good way for, you know how we keep routine for our kids.
Yeah, for
It's like
ourselves.
a routine for myself. Like when so just on the nail thing, I don't care if my nails aren't done, but it's because my priorities for me isn't having my nails. For me, yes, it's nice to have them done.
But
I
it's
feel
not a
good at work,
priority.
but my priority, especially right now, is financial. So like, honestly, if I can go a few weeks without getting them done and save, and again, I'm not spending a lot because I just do regular manicures. That doesn't bother me, but it's only because my focus right now is so financial. So
How
again,
often,
it's priorities.
How often do you do your nails though?
Honestly, the red, before this, I didn't do it for like 2 months and I only did it because my cuticles, and again, it's still being annoying, and I'm like, I did my nails, why are you still being annoying? But it was my cuticles are bothering me, so I was like, I need to get them done because.
So that's what, like every 2 months you do them?
No,
6
no.
weeks?
If I were my consistent, I do them every 3 weeks. My manicures, and then my pedicures, like I'll let them go every
So
other.
essentially, we'll go back to you, but I know that's the beauty part. Is a question that's often debated, but you mentioned self-care, and you mentioned the nail part, and it's not a big deal in financials, but essentially, like, for example, I'm going to speak for myself. I do it every 6 weeks. You do it every 3 weeks. And then you also do pedicure or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We're essentially spending the same, if not you a little bit more, at the same time. Even though this is not something you would want to do anyways,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems like we still spend the same amount.
Depending on how much we spend, yeah.
'Cause you're doing,
you
what,
do
20?
natural, which means
Yeah.
that it doesn't last as long as hers.
Right.
Hers lasts 6 weeks.
So I do
And
20.
then plus so that's like 40
So you're not
plus
really
your pedicure,
saving because you're right.
which is cool because I know Fernanda likes to be natural.
Also, that's another big. I don't want my nails to have that thing, and it's half financial, half the health thing
Personal
for it.
option.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah, I did gel for my birthday just because I wanted like a design, and I was like, absolutely not. I think
I would not pay more for them.
I think it hurt. Like for me, that one time payment of like, I think it ended up being
How
like
much
60. I was like, hell no, I would rather pay 20. Thank you very much. Just feels better for me in that moment.
And then Jackie, nails you say is not self-care for you.
It
is.
It is. It's just not my eyebrows are more of a priority than my nails. I think
How often
every 2 weeks. I leave it scheduled every Saturday, 10 a.m.
for?
My eyebrows. If I have to wax, I text her the week and I'm like, hey, need to wax my legs, my vagina, whatever I gotta, whatever.
Do you
has to
do
wax.
anything other than beauty for self-care? Like you do the facial, you do the nails.
I take care of my skin a lot. I actually recently just took my IUD out, which was giving me crazy hormones, and that was giving me acne. So now my skin is
physical.
fine. Yeah, I was like, fuck it. But I do makeup, I guess, when I go out. I like feeling good. But my skincare routine is basically like, I actually posted it the other day. Fernanda made me post it. It's just cleansing, putting hydration. That's the most important.
And you said you go to therapy too.
Yeah.
So that's emotional self-care,
Yeah.
right? Mental self-care.
I think it all falls
Emotional.
into, think about it, I think it all falls into emotional at the end of the day because
The
self-care,
It helps.
self-care with the skin, for example, it's like, yeah, I'm taking care of my skin, but I feel good when I'm doing it, and that is a mental thing. Like,
Yeah, I also have skincare, and I
you know what
feel
I'm
good.
saying?
It's just I'm taking care of my body. I'm
Taking
giving
care of
love to my
myself.
body. I want my skin to feel hydrated. And
I want to glow. I'm glowing.
guys.
It's just
I
What do you do? So,
real quick?
yeah.
Okay.
Career.
Career. Okay, so I am a mother of one. She's 6. I am single. And I'm director of digital marketing. I work for a marketing agency. Okay, and I do live with my parents, so I have that benefit of not worrying too much about like big bills. I do have, which a lot of people think like, you have no bill. I have bills, people. I pay. I help with the house. I pay for my own shit. I do also get child support, and so my daughter's side of things is pretty much handled. I do spend on like our vacations, things like that. I don't take out of her child support, but most like her groceries and her clothes, that's all covered too. So it's me that I really worry about. But I am huge, which is why people are like, oh yeah, you probably have a lot of time because When I'm with my daughter, like I'm with her. Like I try really hard to not be on my phone. Monday through Friday, she does not get iPad, so there's no time like that. She's, unless she's drawing, which honestly, she just likes to be with me all the time. And I'm like, girl, I need some me time. And yeah, she's like, iPad. And I'm like, no, we're not doing iPad. We got to figure it out. So my routine is we wake up at like 6:30. She wakes up at like 7:20 because she'd be sleeping on the weekdays. But on the weekend, she wants to wake up at 7. And I'm like, girl, what you doing? But it's fine. And then we have to get to the bus stop by 8. A lot of forcing for brushing teeth and put your clothes on. Okay, so then we get on the bus. I come to work early because I want to leave early because I want to make it on time to pick her up from school. That's one of my mental health self-cares where I had to talk to my boss and I was like, hey, listen, I need to pick up my daughter at school. I can't be depending on people, calling people, asking that doesn't work for me.
You're also not being productive at work doing that.
No, it's not. And depending on people just isn't working for me anymore. So I'm like, I need to do this stuff myself. Pick her up, we go home. The routine of which I want to do better in 2023 because I am a little flexible in our routine where like if there's like I have like pack meetings on Wednesdays once a month, and so like what does she do? And then she's with my parents, or I have to figure out maybe she's, I don't know, depends on the day and who's available. But her routine basically is we get home, shower. While she showers, I make food. While she eats, I shower. Then we'll like chill for a little bit, whether it's some activity. I call it we time. There's like me time and we time. So the we time, which is and then homework, and then book, bed, brush teeth, all that stuff. Which honestly, brushing the teeth and taking a shower takes like 40 minutes when it should take 2. It's annoying, but and then we go to bed, and then she goes to bed. We're trying to move down to 8. It was 9, 8, so that I have an hour. Because before, when Emily was a baby, it was really easy for me to stay like from like 8 to 11 just doing me things like for work or for my things I have to do on the side, the podcast, things like that. Now she goes to sleep, I'm right behind her. Like I am tired. I do not want to stay up for another hour doing nothing. That's an excuse though. I could stay up because I don't wake up so early. So yeah, that's my routine. And and my self-care. I journal and I sometimes have to make time for it at work because I don't have energy, or I have a lot of excuses that I can come up with during the day where like in the morning I could totally wake up at 6 and make time for it. I could totally wake up at 5:30 and go for a walk because I can. Or go journal. But I'm like, it's really warm and comfortable in my bed and I just want to stay here. And that's, for me, that's what I struggle with, is like my own head.
Do you think, and this goes to all of you guys, do you think that just example of what you just said, just laying down in bed Saturday morning, do you think that is self-care? Just like, let's just drop all routines right now. Let's just take a moment to just lay down in bed, watch a movie.
Yeah.
And start our day later. Do you think that's a form of self-care?
I think so.
For me, it is.
Or every Saturday, let's say, like every Saturday we're sleeping in. Let's
doesn't have to be a
hell yeah, I want to sleep in every
routine.
Saturday as long as you make it on time to gymnastics. Please let me sleep.
I try to keep a routine for the girls, but on the weekends, if they sleep in,
But
I
is
don't
that
I
a
don't
form
wake
of
them up.
self-care?
For me, I can say yes if you go ahead.
No, that was it.
Yeah, for me sleeping in on Saturdays and I think this is where it becomes, for me, I have days where I'm like, I just need to sleep. like, Emily, leave me alone. And first thing Emily says is iPad question mark. And I'm like, go. Take the iPad and just let me sleep. And I can only sleep for like one session of like when I wake up anxious because I'm like, nah, she's on the iPad. Like, I have this thing with technologies that I have to deal with internally. But I can't, I don't know, it's weird. I cannot sleep allowing her to just, I don't know, it's weird. I really
That's just
gotta,
something you gotta work with yourself.
I gotta figure that part out. 'Cause
Jackie, what do you think? Do you think that every Saturday morning, you think that's like a form of self-care? Just
Yeah.
like sleeping in and
I don't sleep in
every
anymore,
time.
but yeah, I do.
Stopping
think it's a
everything.
self-care. I do sleep in when Danny's like, I'll take over.
that
but-
part. I wish I had that. Like, yeah, you could, Fernanda, sleep for another hour, so and I'll
Or
take
just-
Emily. I'll
or
hang out with
just
my daughter.
Not
yeah.
doing anything in the morning and just laying in bed with your family. Do you think?
I do that all the time.
We lay on the couch all the time, and the girls watch their little show while
that
we're
can
just
be
relaxing.
Yeah, because that can sound something super simple, but like, is it self-care? You know.
100%.
It's quality time.
Quality time, and it makes you feel good.
For 2023, what is one self-care? I know that you did the quiz and we talked about it. What is one self-care that you would want to try to implement even though you have this routine? Because I don't know. I mean, there's listeners that can connect with the lifestyle that you have and they're just like, how do I? And you as someone
The physical
that's
aspect. I know everybody says that if you want to make time for it, you can. It doesn't really go that way. People are
feel.
like, right, to go to the gym, for example. What time am I really going to go to the gym, right? Ricky leaves work at 4:30 in the morning, so I can't go in the morning while my kids are sleeping. I'm not going to drop them off at daycare at 4:30 because the daycare is not open at 4:30. And then I go to work, come out of work, and then I have to do the whole bedtime routine. By the time I'm done at 8 o'clock, yes, technically I could go to the gym, but then I have
you
other
lose
things I have.
alone time. And
Right, I have other things in the house that I need to get done. So, like, I don't know how I'm going to implement that in my life. But then again, like, I could wake up earlier and do the exercises at home.
How realistic is that?
How realistic is that, right?
Because you
so
want-
for 2023, I do want to try to at least start doing exercises at home.
Once a
start
week
taking
or
care of my
something.
body. Right. I did download an app that
I think even health, like the eating, would be the first step. Nutrition versus, I mean, exercise too is
it's
great.
my routine.
Yeah.
Let me choose.
Can
You're
I?
right.
Okay, can I just? Whoa, that was.
No, it was a
How
joke,
about
guys.
you, Jackie?
Jesus.
I-
I just want to say, first of all, your kid's priorities shift. Like, she's gonna have an almost 3-year-old next year. It will get easier. So then I think that's up to you to choose. What is your priority? Do I have to go home, clean my house, or can I go to the gym today? You know what I'm saying? It is comes down to you at the end of the day. It is priority. So it's goes along with parenting. What do my kids need? What phase are they on? What is the priority? And it comes down to you. What is your priority? Like,
Which
because of the mom guilt. Like, I was having a conversation this week with a friend, and she lives in Florida now, Luma. I was talking to Luma. And I'm like, it's been so hard ever since I had a kid because, like, I can't go to the gym. Like, I just can't bring myself. Even when I do have the free time, I'm like, wait, I could have been spending time with my kid instead of going to the gym. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, I just bring him with me. And I realized that, like, maybe I am the problem because for me to bring my baby with me to the gym and trust somebody there to take care of him while I'm working out, I have a problem with that. So really, I could be going to the gym if I wanted to because most gyms have in-gym daycare. But I'm over here stressing, like, what if they, like, emotionally, physically abuse him while I'm not there? Like, there's, like, there's, like, 1,000. I think I'm just, like, really paranoid. So I realized that, like, maybe if I wanted to be on my self-care journey of losing weight, I could have. It's just my mind, my own mind that's stopping me from doing that because I am so, like, I'm not being graceful with myself. I'm just running these thoughts through, and my kid isn't even going to feel it. I am the one who's feeling it. So, again, I think it comes down to priority because you can do anything. Kids don't stop you. We stop ourselves because we think we know what our kids need in that time, in that moment, and that's okay, too. It's a cycle, and it's a phase that we're going through.
It's a story we tell ourselves.
I think it's also important to remember because that can be misconstrued, and the misconception can be that, we're doing it to ourselves, and so tomorrow you should start this new self-care. No, gradually. It's okay.
Right, you transition.
And it's hard to listen to, and I'm putting myself in, you know, a parent, like my life is so busy. It's hard to, and obviously it's a lot easier now with my kids being older, but it's hard to listen to something like what you're saying, Jackie, is like, you know, we're just not putting ourselves in priority.
Yeah.
And because our lives are so busy, we don't see it from that lens. And so it makes people, and this is where people start to shut off, and they're just like, well, it's easy for you to say because your life isn't, and it could be just as busy.
Right.
But gradually, over time, like you took 5 minutes once a week to just take a walk up and down your street or something
Right.
like that. Or just, you know, you sat your kids in the front porch and you're going up and down the steps for 10 minutes. Like gradually making that a habit and a routine, and it's part of your life. And then talk to me in 6 months from now. Talk to me how then that point of reflection will be what you just said. We're making it, I was making it
A priority.
I wasn't making it a priority. But when you're in that mindset where you haven't stopped to figure out, oh, maybe I can take 5 minutes a week and just walk up and down the street. You know what I mean? And I think that's
if you want to make it, if you want it to happen, you can make it happen. It's the people who don't take the time. Like they know they want to, but like how
do I do this?
but
have
here's
you taken
thing,
the time to
that-
actually?
It's
that
mental,
phrase is
though.
it ends up being an attacking
Yeah,
statement.
because it's
And that's where I caution not just us but people around to figure out a different way to approach that if you're trying to help someone, because that phrase can be very not hurtful, but
Like
it can
what
feel like you're
phrase?
attacking someone, like you're just not doing it because
You're
don't
not
want to.
prioritizing, right?
Where
Oh, I see.
where in
Okay.
reality you're trying to help them, but you know, hey, maybe instead of saying you're not doing it because you don't want to, hey, why don't you just take like 5
Why don't
minutes
you try
and go
something
up?
else?
That's also exercise, like bringing it like a positive spin to it, like, oh, you are exercise. Do you walk up and down the street at least once a week or something? Like, you know what I mean? Just being empathetic. And I think it's the way that these statements are addressed, where because that person has changed their lives and they have implemented these routines now, but way back when you never had these routines, you felt the same way. And you probably, well, I'm going to speak for myself. I used to be attacked by these phrases. But now that I did implement, you know, when I'm on breaks or, you know, during the week, if I do have a chance, or during the weekend, I do a little bit of exercise and activity with the kids. Now it's much easier for me to say, oh, yeah, like you're not doing it because you don't want to, because I'm already in a place where these things are built into my routine and stuff like that.
Did I say that? You're talking
No,
to me,
no,
right?
no.
Oh.
I'm speaking
saying in
generally
general.
speaking, like
Yeah,
these
no.
phrases, and this is where people can turn off, like, whatever, you don't understand, and then
I
end up
think-
not doing
I
it
also
for
think
themselves.
that people only realize their reality, right? So for me, my life is really busy, so it's really easy for me to understand your lifestyle because I can relate. I can relate that your lifestyle is really busy because mine is busy, but someone that has more free time and makes the time to do other things can't really understand, because they're like, oh, I make the time to go to the gym. I make the time to go exercise.
But
I
even
make-
if you can, like, we both have 2 kids, we're both married, like,
But I wouldn't
but
say
we're
to
still
you,
different people.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say to you, you're not going to the gym because you don't prioritize it, because I understand that that's not really the issue.
But someone that has the same status as us that does go to the gym, they're gonna be like, well, you don't go because
yeah,
you
there's
don't want
that
to.
too,
And we're still gonna
right.
feel like we're like,
Right.
damn.
Okay, so then again,
You
we're,
know?
we're talking about perception, and then we're also talking about you're not always going to please everybody. Again, at the end of the day, you do what's good for you. You need to be strong, mentally strong, to deal with those kind of people, those kind of comments, because this is the societal pressure that we deal with. As in, like, you go and you see, I follow a bunch of fitness mothers online, and I think it's amazing, and their bodies look great. And I mean, for God's sake, how do
This
you
is more
do
the
it?
physical self care.
It's everything, because I think you're mentally like, obviously you go through your struggles and we don't know nothing about, because it's online world. But we're talking about when you look at somebody's, okay, Tammy Hembro, I think that's her name. This is this fitness model that I follow. She's had 3 kids, and she's Australian, I think, and like blonde, blue eyes.
Right.
Her body's impeccable.
Her priorities, though, is probably her body, where she's probably getting a babysitter to take care of her kids and hiring a nanny and
But
hiring a
then-
chef
so
and
then
a
goes-
cook.
Okay,
My
then-
priority right now is just to stay alive.
What I'm okay. There's that aspect. Sure, they have money. They do. My
have
point
time.
is,
Time is money.
you are doing it. You've birthed 3 kids, okay, and you wanted to change your body. We're talking about the mental determination and consistency of going to the gym. Put all of that aside that we don't know about.
But but putting that aside is important because I think what they're talking
but
about.
what I'm
is
saying is it's a
the lack
mind.
of
It's
time.
right, but it's a mindset. Like, I know we don't have the resources, but maybe we don't go 7 days a week, but we could go two times
Yeah.
a week. We could go on the
On
And
weekend.
it doesn't
Saturday,
have to be a gym too. I know it helps because you see everybody
Right.
working out.
You
but-
can go up and down. Everybody has stairs here in their homes.
They
We
could-
can
what
go
were
up
you?
and down the stairs.
Ten say.
push-ups a day. I don't remember anymore.
But
I do.
Yeah.
No, I know someone that has around the same lifestyle as us. She has 2 kids, and she finds 20 minutes a day before she picks up her kids from daycare to go to the gym.
our nail tech, honey, she has 3 kids, and
Right. It's what
Yeah.
works out for you. And it's like I said, maybe mentally you're not there and you're just not ready, and there's just the pressure and of society and all that. But we have to learn how to.
but
I
block
do.
that out.
What me and Danny were talking about too in their messages is that I was like, "How are you doing?" or "How are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm surviving."
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Surviving.
Yeah. And it was funny because I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense because right now you're in survival mode. And I think this just goes into the healing journey and the growth. Danny, now that she's been in therapy, like it's very, you can actively see like that she's like growing and healing and really going through dealing with feelings that I think before
I
she
was
was
just
not. She was
blocking
running.
it goes
away from.
unnoticed as well. You don't take the time.
Yeah, but it was when she said survival, I thought that was funny because, yeah, there is a piece in that journey where you're literally just trying to come back to from survival mode. Like right now, you're like, I'm just worried about surviving. I'm worried about eating. I'm worrying about sleeping. And I'm worried about getting through my day, which I'm like, yeah, it's very normal. And sometimes we have to, I think for you, like, yeah, you're not mentally ready to eat healthy. You're not like all the time. And you're not mentally ready to exercise. And I think that's fine. That makes sense in the space that you're in right now where you're literally
Because I'm putting
surviving.
my energy towards something else.
Right, and once that foundation's built and you're strong and you're like, you know what, I'm surviving now, happily surviving, let me move on to the next step and put 10 minutes a day for a walk or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So,
Do you guys think that or do you believe that self-care changes or the priority of self-care changes throughout your lifetime and
100%.
Absolutely.
What do you
I
think?
think so.
I'm like
actually,
I'm in doubt.
Yeah,
some things don't. Like, I think you with books, after you had a kid, did that change?
I think I'm better with books because I had a kid.
Right.
So it became a new self-care. I realized how important it is for me.
So it does change in some way.
yeah, no,
Right.
I mean,
it changes because this is where I think.
But then
there's-
but if it's something that you believed it was self-care and it was great at first and then it just started bringing stress.
right. It changes because
And
it
then-
depends on the moment of your life.
that's
if,
a good
if
question.
you're going to the gym
right?
every day because let's say before you had kids you used to go to the gym every single day and you worked out and that was great and that used to make you feel good. Now you have kids. Or I'm not even going to put kids.
I was going to say
let's say a
that.
job.
Is
I
like
feel like
scientifically
I
like
think we're focusing too much on kids.
Okay, let's not even
talk-
say kids. Let's talk about
a
job, let's say,
different
right?
job.
Let's say that I worked at a job that I had the time to go to the gym and exercise for an hour every day. Now I changed my career. I'm
you
working.
got to commute.
I got to commute, and now I'm getting out early, coming home late. I don't have time to go to the gym, but now I'm stressing myself because it was something that used to make me feel good, and I want to keep doing
Yeah.
it. But doing it is making me feel tired because now I'm going to bed later, or I'm not getting what I need to get done instead because now I'm picking the gym and I'm not washing my clothes today. So now I have a pile of clothes that's going to be washed over the weekend. Little things that now it's holding you back from. It's making you stressed. It's making you not feel good.
I think that's where the priority
yeah,
lies.
I was going to
Because
say
it
no.
shouldn't make you tired and it shouldn't stress you out.
Right.
So it could be like something that comes to mind when you say that, and something that came to mind earlier when you said about the healthy eating was because it was making you stressed out, maybe the next step, and this is just a thought, I don't know if that's the way things should go, was to see a nutritionist because then she can implement healthy eating within your lifestyle so it's not stressful.
Right.
And yet you're still, you know what I mean? And then gym, if you're tired after the gym, you're doing too much.
I think
taking too long at the
No,
gym.
it's normal to feel your body sore and
You should
tired.
feel.
yeah. Well, yeah, there are low energy days and there are high energy days, and it's okay to feel tired and
Yeah.
okay. But I do think to answer your question, Michelle, and with Dunny's example, because I was kind of like, I don't know, it's a good question, but no, because if something makes you feel good, I don't think it stops making like exercise just because it's stressing me out. That's just my life telling me you love doing this and you're not able to do it, which makes sense as to why you're stressed out. So let's figure out another way to do it.
You're
Yeah.
saying rearrange your work hours so that you can continue to go to.
Well,
good one.
maybe it's go for a run
Structure
after
it.
work instead of going to the gym because the gym's like 20 minutes and da. Or maybe it's go work. If I'm so passionate about working out, I'm probably able to work out at my house. That's something for me. Like that's not realistic for me right now because I'm not in that zone. But like if I'm working out an hour every day, that means that I know what to do if I had tools at my house to do it. So maybe that's what I do. So there's definitely I don't think that. Yes, it may change, and you may find new hobbies. Like, there was a point in my life where sketching, I like finished a whole sketchbook, and that was like a goal of mine, just because like creativity, blah blah blah, whatever. I don't do that anymore, but I think about it all the time, and I'm like, I had a really good time doing that. Like that could be a piece of self-care for me if I'm ever in the mood to do that. But I don't think it stops being self-care.
No, it doesn't stop. I'm saying it changes because now
It
what's your
definitely
self-care
changes.
now? Now it's
Journaling,
journaling. Before
yeah.
it was sketching. It
Yeah.
could eventually be going exercise, hiking every week.
Oh, I love it.
Me and Fernanda actually tried to go hiking every Sunday.
Did it
and
one
that-
Sunday.
We did it one Sunday, and then we started the podcast. Then I got
And then
cut
life
off.
got hard.
Right.
And then we came to support you guys.
Mm.
Well, like, you know, the podcast crew came now to talk to listeners.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You
Support you guys, the listeners. Got it.
Yeah. Not
I was
each other.
I was a little confused with that sentence. I get it now.
Okay.
But so yes, it can change, but not the overall activity or thing per se. It would just be readjusting.
Yeah, reprioritizing.
And I bring this up because one, from what I'm listening, but also when Fernanda, you were talking earlier and you said that my self-care was the whole hair, taking care of my hair and stuff.
Your
I was
self, like Michelle's self-care.
Yeah. And then he was like, well, if she didn't do it, like it wouldn't help her. So it wasn't really a self-care. It was just like a routine like.
But it is you're
It is
taking
self-care,
care of
taking care of
yourself.
yourself.
You could walk out with your hair looking all.
You could go to work looking like shit, and your boss is probably gonna be like, "Michelle, get it together."
It's basically like self-care.
I guess that
is
makes
like,
sense, because at some point it was just stressing me out because of my hair texture. I just had to, every other day I had to be putting on a hair mask. I had to be, and it was just taking time.
I have a good example or a visual to what self-care means. I think right now you just
Okay.
gave it to me.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you better not be talking about my hair, girl.
I'm talking about your
ain't
hair, 'cause
Nobody
you-
understand this kind of
No,
hair
girl,
in
that's
this
not what I'm
room
talking
right
about.
now. So we
No. I'm talking about self-care. Do you know how we're all really, really good at taking care of other people? So like with our kids, we keep them warm and we feed them great food and we wash their hair,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. We do all these things for other people, our husbands. We want to whatever.
I don't wash
I don't
my
have one.
husband's
So, but we do our friends. We want to, gift them great gifts and just do the best ever. Basically it's like, how much are you doing for yourself in that same way of like you're doing all of these awesome, really taking care of, nurturing and helping and supporting all these other people. How much do you do for yourself? And I think it should be a 50-50. Like, actually, you should be doing all that for yourself so that you have the energy to do it for other people, which I don't think we do.
But that's where my journey went sideways, because I used to be the one to be there all the time and helping all the time, and now I'm hearing like, and you don't care about me anymore, and and it's like I just stop enabling you to use me as a crutch.
there's that.
Boundaries.
Yeah, I seen something online and it said the different ways of what self-care can look like. Taking a step back, asking for help, putting yourself first. I think
Setting
that's what
boundaries.
setting boundaries, staying at home. I think that
I love that.
we
you
can
save money
relate.
doing that.
No, Ricky said to me yesterday on the car ride to dinner, he said to me, I think I need a break.
And
I was
then,
are you trying to divorce me? And he's like, no. Like, I need a break from going out, from doing things.
and then
I need
Danny
to
walks
stay
in
home.
here and says, "Hey guys, we should go to the casinos for New Year's."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Although I honestly really don't really feel like I want to do anything for New Year's. I really want to just because they want to do something. So
Nah, I'm good with
So-
staying home.
Okay, that's great. They want to do something, so you want to stay home, but they want to do something, so
like
okay.
you're right.
And we'll end
Let's
it there.
do what's
Putting
right.
yourself first.
Right.
Right.
So guys, I will text you guys Happy New Year's at midnight if I'm awake.
Perfect. And I'll accept that even at 8:43 in the morning or a.m.
Spending time alone, saying
Love that.
no. Did I say that?
Oh,
Forgiving yourself.
One thing that happened this weekend is I used to be really like conscious about texting everybody Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, whatever it is. And this past weekend, I texted only the people that texted me. I texted back.
Oh, you used to text everyone.
Me too.
Oh, that's so funny. I this year never text somebody. I don't care about nobody. This year I was like, okay, let me do this thing.
Yeah, and I didn't because I'm not mentally there to think at this point. So everyone out there that I've texted Happy New Year's or Merry Christmas ones,
Happy
I
New
still
Year's
love
in the
you.
past yet.
Right. But yeah, I thought about that today. I'm like, damn, people probably think I don't really care about them anymore. And it's not that. I just mentally
Girl.
wasn't there to go through my phone and text everybody, and it just
Do people, listeners, do you think like that? If you do, please email, DM or email us.
Let us know.
I really don't think people be thinking like, oh, didn't say Merry Christmas to me. They don't like me.
Oh, please don't ever think that. No one is ever that important.
I will say for all the people that know me, and I do Happy New Year's, I definitely go through my list and I'm like, I send Happy New Year's to everyone I want to keep part of my life for 2023.
Right.
So just know.
I guess
I'm
that
not
makes
even that
sense.
intentional.
But like,
if you're around
gonna,
me right
right,
now,
if you're gonna text me Happy New Year's and then not talk to me for the rest of the year, well, what did it matter that you texted me Happy New
Well,
Year's?
that's me saying I'd like to build this relationship. So it's on both of
I
us.
better
It's not
get a
just
Happy
me.
New Year's text then.
Yeah, I'll think about
I
it.
am not texting nobody.
Jackie said boundaries.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Bye.